Pilot. Uncle Yorkie stands... Not Uncle Yorkie, what am I talking about? Sir Yorkie of the Shire stands before you. Asking art thou friend or foe? If thou art friend, then join me now as we return to Galarian for more Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. If thou art foe, then disappear thee back to the World Wound, and I shall deal with thee later. Well, it looks like the demonic fools and their cultist allies are about to attack the Defender's Heart. And we must defend it. Actually, before I do that... Kirimu, my mad dog, is going to become a wielder, not of glaives, but of axes, called battle axes specifically. But right now it pays for her to have something that can cause fear. This is not a long-term solution to anything, but for the Defender's Heart it can be useful. It can actually be useful anyway, but we're operating in a fear-based system. I'm not going to keep her on that, because one of the others that I will get later, a companion that will not generally accompany me, but will have his own stuff, is Soziel, a priest who is skilled with glaives. Right, let's see what we can do here. This? No. I don't want to import them. The only one of the characters I'm not happy with at the moment is my witch, Black Agnes, who is going to become a decent fighter, I believe. A defensive, thieving, agile fighter with some strength. Ultimately, a Saw Dragon disciple witch. But right now he's low skilled because that's a build that's going to take time to create. But she should be okay. Now, to those of you who've seen that I have previous short runs of this that have been interrupted by real life, or indeed by the game itself, me finding a template I'm using is one that I abhor, like the monk, and therefore wasn't fit for a main character, will know I've been past this part before. There are 3 areas, as a fourth wall break before we get into the more role-played aspects. There are 3 areas in which the inn can be attacked. The first is over here. You can already see the gate being broken. You will have cultists, barbarians, dretch, and arsonists, cultist arsonists here. Cultist arsonists being ones you must take down. Here you'll see we're getting breached. Mostly, you'll get neophyte fighters over here as well. Mostly you'll get neophyte fighters over here with some, in the first round, with some dretch, and maybe a cultist or 2. You do get a couple of cultist arsonists here later, and coming up here you have a sheriff. Those are ones you should take down. The neophyte fighters that you find can be taken out here, to be honest, by Erebus people, and don't cause a threat. This gate is not attacked until the very end, at which point you need to get over there. Right. So for now, I'm going to go turn-based to begin with. Cloud in the sky. You can come over here. So Yorkie of the Shire, mount up. I will send you up here as well. I don't want a lot up there, but I do want a few. These fighters are useless, honestly. They're not there to help you, and they're there to stop anything getting through the final defense.
I got this.
Black Agnes is, of course, the one that I've commented is not exactly a strong character right now. Let me check something. The one thing she does have... That's not what I intended to do. That was a misclick, based on a little lag. One thing she has is Slumber, which can help. The neophyte fights are not important. They're weak, and there are an infinite number of them. Every time you kill some, they can more come. But right now, that's what we have available to fight.
Don't hold back! Strike! Burn! Slice!
Damn you!
The only enemy currently standing towards the end of round one is that.
Ooh.
Oh, two, actually. Because there's two.
Strike as one.
And there's the next lot coming in.
You should have run! May I see your entrails, please?
Chicken can get down there, trip him.
Are you still here?
Cover me.
That's not what I tried to do, but never mind. Excuse me, my throat seems extremely irritated today. Toad of Toad Hall. They're all down. Then let's go here. I will let... Ah, you do have more coming in. Should make it an easier target.
This will hurt.
If you're wondering what I did there, sometimes the game does get stuck in turn-based mode on one character for some reason. And it just frees itself more when you go out of turn-based mode and back in.
Let the attack commence.
It's doing a lot right now. I'm not sure why. Come on, Rebeth. Alright, let's take it out of that entirely. And now we'll go back in.
Good guys always win.
And there's a neophyte fight. Rebeth, what's going on with you? Well,
Let's hear you cry.
and the roof's being cleared rather quickly. With that round done. So where we get the dredge and the shore. And some more interesting rounds. Black Agnes. Get back here. And use your slumber. Robbing a horde, you need to be attacking things that can actually do something.
This.
Toad, I want you over here to throw some healing. See, this is a case where the neophyte fighter is just running into deadly arms of the final line. Primu, I want you back here. So we have some more serious things on the roof now.
Don't hold back.
Ah! I cannot move to Yorkie right now. Now I can. Over here. As I'm afraid. Didn't work on that one, unfortunately, but never mind. And with the guards over there at the moment, I can bring you back here. Black Agnes.
Stab their backs.
Wasn't a lot of damage, but it was there. What is going on with her Sunrise Sword Archers? Well, this battle right now is very glitched.
Contemplate on your mistakes.
And right now, I need Sayoki over there. Black Agnes, can you get near where you can slumber? Yes. Didn't work, but you had to try. We've lost one tavern defense from having to do it like this, but we're still doing well. And once again, a stupid backline stupid backline is failing hard. Because it's not acting when it's its turn. Well, neophyte fighters can run through now.
Run them through!
top is cleared. And so it's time to head over here. Robin the Hood.
Damn you!
Nearby fighter, barely irrelevant. Fool tried to get around us, and here they're coming in the back way. That was foolish. But it works in my favour. Chicken, all the way down. Black Agnes, get ready to sleep things if you can.
Strike!
Nearby fighter. The cultists appear to be dead. I'll probably take a blow on the way out.
Out of my way!
Or not. Kirimu, I want you over here too. That Minotaur is dangerous. And the arsonists, of course, are also dangerous. Robin the Hood, over here. It looks like there are only neophyte fighters left in the first gate, and they are irrelevant. Like Agnes. You can't. Let's get forward then. Chicken will be going down soon, probably. Get forward and have some healing.
You should have run.
The Yorkie. Toad may be going down. That's not too much of a threat to me. I can handle that. Chicken. Put him down. Robin the Hood.
Are you still here?
Looks like Chicken's agility is saving it. A little at least. Nope, failed on that.
We shall overcome.
This will hurt.
And so it did. Perhaps not as much as I would have liked, but it did hurt them.
Playtime!
Come on, Annabeth, stop wasting time. She's still not moving. This is ridiculous. I can't control her and she won't move. This is a threat.
Die!
I'll loot your corpse.
No. Robin Hood does not need to be going back that way. All we have there is some fighters.
Good guys always win.
Right.
I got this.
Black Agnes. Tried to sleep the cultist, that worked. That neophyte fight is not going to be any use to them at all.
Don't hold back!
Alright. Apparently the glitch that it sometimes had has gotten a whole lot worse.
Damn you!
Burn! Slice!
Chicken is down.
Your death awaits.
What is going on with these Eagle Watch rules? Well, I would say this is almost done.
strike.
Let's hear you cry.
And almost done despite being sabotaged by a nasty
Are you
glitch.
still here?
It's out of control at the moment.
May I see your entrails, please?
That's that one done. Now it should be a simple matter of the final one or two cultists. There. That's the first time I've done this without any control spells on core mode. Well, my friends, seems that the defender's heart is safe. Victory! Kinebris bites back and our teeth are sharp. Irabeth is glowing with zeal as she raises her fist in triumph. Now we take the fight to them. We'll try our losses. Well, what happens if I bring them back? I wonder. I'm wondering if that replaces my party, which is not what I wish. But I am curious, and I have to see. No, it doesn't look like it. Minimal, the battle wasn't easy, but thanks to you, we chewed them up and spat them out again. They thought they could break us, but they only bolstered our spirits. Will there be another attack? I doubt it. Demons aren't famed for their organisation. We'll strike a blow at the Great Garrison long before they regroup for a final assault. Congratulations on the victory. It wouldn't have been possible without you. That reminds me. We found this among the attackers' remains. This trophy directly belongs to you. Nicely done. Now our goal is to rout the demons in the Great Garrison, just like we did here. Oh, well, restoring them really didn't do anything. I see. Okay, well, let's have a rest before we go and finish off the rest of the city. We've spoken to Darren. We haven't spoken to Ember. Why don't we have a word with her? The elf in front of you is young, still an adolescent by the standards of their long-lived folk. A childish, carefree smile plays on her face, and her wandering eyes linger on you for a moment before darting off again into the distance. Terrible scars cover her body, and a few of her fingers are missing. A crow sits on her shoulder, observing you with its clever black eyes. Tell me about yourself. Well, they call me Ember. I used to live in River City, and now I walk with you. That's my story. Why do they call you Ember? I've had many names. When I was little, Mum and Dad called me Dove or Cricket or Kitten. Dad called me his ray of sunshine. And when my mum was cross, she called me by a long name, a grown-up one. I can't remember it, no matter how hard I try. I think we've all been called those names at times. Then, when I came to live in the River City, the good people called me different funny names, like Ember or Torch or Smoky. I don't know why. They called me Birdbrain because I have a crow. May not be why they called you Birdbrain. They called me Lucky Seven because of my fingers. She raised her hands. The middle finger on her right hand and the two smaller fingers on her left are missing. They sometimes called me Grilled Meat and said I was stupid. But I didn't feel hurt. I mean, they're right. I really am silly. They didn't mean to hurt me. Don't bet on that. The fact that they didn't hurt you, or if that can be said when you internalise that, is testament to your strength, I guess. I like Ember. It's a good word. Embers are like people. On the outside, they're grey and cold, like stones, but inside, warm. You can blow on them and they'll start a fire to help you survive a cold night. That's wonderful, isn't it? Ember it is. Where are you from? Far away, from the flower country. The girl gestures vaguely off into the distance. It's so beautiful there. Everywhere there's flowers, blooming golden towers and waterfalls, and everyone is like me with pointy ears. There's no round-eared people, no short ones, no horned heads. We lived there together, me and Mum and Dad. Mum and Dad argued a lot. Dad used to say that all the good people should go to the crusade and fight the demons. And Mum said he was silly because it was so far away and none of our business. And that he shouldn't abandon his child. She meant me. But he didn't abandon me, he took me along. Well, that's wise. He said I was born the same year that the hole in the demon world opened. He said it was a sign that I would be one of the heroes who closed it. Of course, I'm not a hero, but I'm here anyway, helping as much as I can. Where did you get the scars? It happened by accident. My dad and I came sailing down the river to join the crusade. Dad said that all the good people were going to the world room to heal it. He said that the crusaders were the best people in the world, and together we were going to win. When we arrived at the river city, the crusaders got everything mixed up. They thought my dad and I were bad and decided to burn us at the stake. All run, was it? Dad died and I cried so loudly that one good night realised it was all a big mistake. He started yelling at the other crusaders, even the one in charge, and then walked right into the fire and got me out. The others wanted to stop him, but he took out his sword and scared them away. The kind knight took me to a healer. I later learned that while the knight was pulling me from the flames, he himself was burnt so badly that he died not long after. But I'm still alive. A few fingers missing, and my skin is funny. I've lived in the river city ever since. I never had my own house, but I've had many friends. And then the demons came, and I met you. And you know what happened after that. They must have thought they were doing... They must have thought they were doing something lawful and just. That's what happens when people let the law do their thinking for them instead of their conscience. No, you see, for some reason they were afraid of us. We were their friends, and there were lots of them, and just two of us. And they had weapons, but they still looked at my dad and me like we were going to bite their heads off. Even when we were already on fire. Even when the good knight was carrying me away in his arms, they looked at us with terror. Got to love extremism and bigotry, don't you? I don't think fear ever has any reason to it. It just lives inside people and makes them do evil. Do you worship any deity? The girl shakes her head with an unwavering smile. Dad taught me to pray to her every day. He said she was a kind goddess and that people called to crusade against evil. The knights who burned my dad and me worshipped her too. They even lit the fire with a prayer to her. And she did nothing to help us. But then one kind knight alone, without any gods, changed his mind and saved me. I think the gods are the same as us. They don't understand anything, and they're scared of everything. So they hurt themselves and the rest of us. People worship the gods only because they're afraid of being responsible for themselves. And the gods listen to the praise. And they become smug and arrogant, and begin to believe that they are better than us. But they're no better. They're just silly sinners, just like the rest of us. Sometimes I pray to the gods, different ones, the good ones, the bad ones. Ask them to stop. Stop fighting and hurting each other. I don't know if they ever hear me, but if they do, I mean, the knight who wanted to burn me, he was able to change his mind and do a good deed. If he can change, maybe Baphomet can too. Well, that's certainly optimistic. Where do your magical powers come from? These tricks? I have them from my grandma. She used to be my father's grandma, and before that my father's. And before that my father's father's. And my father's father's... Oh, sorry. I've never seen her myself, but she's very clever and kind. When I lived on the street, sometimes she left food for me, or a blanket in the winter. Sometimes I feel her stroking my hair as I fall asleep. If I open my eyes, there's no one here. She also sent me soot. She scratches the crow's beak and the bird grumbles happily in response. She tells Soot how to do different tricks, and Soot teaches me. It appears that Ember doesn't know exactly what gives her her powers, but you can guess from her words that her patron is Andaletta, a powerful Archon, one of the Imperial Lords, also known as Grandmother Crow. How did you survive on the street? The elf shrugs. There are many good people in River City. When I sang for them in the street, they'd often give me coins or bread or sometimes even clothes. I shared everything with the other homeless, and they showed me where it's safe to sleep, where I could get out of the rain and the cold, and where I could find discarded things. When the demon destroyed the river city, I looked for my friends, but I found none. They probably all died. The homeless have no supplies, or weapons, or basements to hide in. And the knights won't protect them either. Knights are like gods, so self-important. They're saving the world after all. What do they care about the homeless? Still smiling? The girl shrugs. Ah, Canabre's the river city, I thought so. Thank you for your answers. You're always so cheerful. How do you manage to remain so hopeful when we're surrounded by such horror? Hope? He tilts her head and continues with a smile. No, hope is a lie. What should we hope for? This world is in the hands of demons. The gods can't help, or they don't want to. Or they forgot about us altogether. The people know they're about to be eaten by demons, but they still quarrel with each other, and fight and steal. There's no hope, only us. We'll have to win without hope. It will be hard. The entire abyss is against us. We can only win by some miracle, which means we'll have to make one happen. What other choice do we have? We'll work a miracle and win, because we have to. The elf smiles broadly and nods to herself. I have to go. So go. Yes, you're right. People do that. That's why we must take control. Seize control and be in charge. Alright. Burning City. Let's discuss it with Erebeth. Gather allies. We lost Prelate Hall runs. That's unfortunate. That's going to make one thing harder. Find something else that belongs to Tenrend Live. That's not right now. That's not right now. That's not right now. And that's not right now. But if we head out... Oh, actually, let's sleep first. Let's catch up. And do we have any spells to learn? You do. The only one not wearing armor. Perhaps an ear-piercing scream might be useful at times. And another enlarged person. Here. We'll have a blur. Actually, we'll have a few. And nothing on level 3 right now. Kirimu, you have no spells. You do, but you're full. You of course don't. You do. You're full. Of course the pets don't.
Hand on heart, the first time I saw you face to face, I thought you were like all the other snobs who won't even spare 2 words for people lower than them. But you're all right.
Of course I mix freely with the lower classes. It is the simplest way to enrage the stuffy gatekeepers of high society.
Right, so let's step outside. Some stuff. Why not? We don't need Camille. The only things left to do are Market Square and Protection Wine Cellar. Let's do the wine cellar first. How are we on experience, by the way? 4,701. quite a bit of experience left that we need to reach level 6. Right.
Time to rob them of their treasures.
Now, this one could be a bit of a challenge. These are somewhat dangerous, and we don't have any control spells.
Let us not hesitate.
Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana. Unimosi Travisi. Unimosi Travisi. Unimosi Travisi. Amorare Sentes. Unimosi Travisi.
I'll take care of it. Quick, quick! Else we miss all the fun!
I always have the upper hand.
Your sleep's not going to work here.
Na orama. Na orama. Ba riti. Ba riti. Ba riti. Ba riti. Esmu Axel. Yes. Na orama.
1, 2, and 3. You should not be using that anymore because